Hello everyone and welcome to the ScratchRunning Podcast, the official podcast of competitive browser gaming, where our motto is obey the captain or walk the plank. As always, I'm your host Kieran, and with me on the mic are the boys. Yes, quite, and Apfel
Hey.
Hey.
Hi. Heyo.
We're down an important boy, but we soldier on.
We soldier on.
It's true.
Get well soon, Claps. This one's for you. This one's in loving memory.
Pour one Baja Blast out for...
Yeah. Not pour a Baja Blast out, but I do have a Voltage, and it tastes great. It's blue raspberry.
I was recently in Amsterdam, and I found a shop that had, like, some fun...
Mountain Dew flavors?
Mountain Dew flavors, including the Flamin' Hot one.
So, the American candy import shops are full of Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew that the NA could not sell.
I believe.
So I may end up trying the Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew just to take one for the team.
You know what? Good for you, because they couldn't even get me. I'm never gonna buy that. They're probably not even gonna sell them in Europe.
Probably.
So there you go.
But yeah, the SRCast Game Jam results project was sponsored by Spark, which was pink lemonade.
Nice.
And this episode of the podcast is sponsored by Voltage.
Please sponsor us, Mountain Dew. No, wait, actually. Don't.
Please.
I'm sponsored by water from my tap.
I do also have a water bottle. It's not just going to be soda the whole episode.
That's good. That's good. Don't.
You can dual wield drinks.
That's what those hats are for, right? Where you have both of the...
Oh, yeah, the where you put the beer can helmet and
you put in different drinks.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Do those hats even work? Like, are they good?
Yeah, it's just two crazy straws on a hat is basically what it is.
Oh,
yeah.
That's great.
You probably have to suck into the straw harder than I think you do.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm wondering if you have, like, this pure syrup in one and the, like...
And the water in the other.
Yeah.
You'd have to mix them.
Would that, like, would it taste the same, maybe? I don't know.
My engineer brain is running all kinds of, like, fluid dynamics problems in my head.
Probably not, because you have syrup and then a regular liquid. That wouldn't work.
Yeah. The answer is you'll get, like, way less syrup than you want to get, and it'll taste kind of weird.
Yeah. Just mix it.
Okay, that's
Trust me.
I might still try it one day. I don't know.
Speaking of soda fountains, Taco Bell in the UK still doesn't have Baja Blast.
How dare they? I couldn't find that one. How dare they? I only found Baja Gold.
There's no word for the discrimination that I feel against myself that they don't have Baja Blast.
Did you say Baja Gold?
Yes.
Yeah, that's every summer they have a different Baja Blast event.
Wait, what?
I must not be up on my...
Yeah. Last year it was Baja Punch and Flash.
Oh.
This year it's Gold and Mango Jam.
So
I am a regular not only on the Mountain Dew wiki but on the Absoltastic channel.
Uh-huh.
That's the Pokemon guy that talks about Mountain Dew all the time.
I see.
He's the reason I'm the Baja Blast guy. He's the real one.
Really?
Yeah.
That's where you have that from.
That's where that's from.
That's interesting.
Shiny Pokemon.
No, so I got the Baja Gold there because I thought, all right, you know what? Kieran always talks about Baja Blast. Probably the same thing. I actually chatted up Kieran then, and he didn't reply until I already bought it. So
yeah, my data was turned off, and I was in the arcade club, which is a really great arcade.
Oh yeah,
yeah, the free to play. Yeah, all the arcade machines are on free play. It's great. This is still not sponsored, but they do have a Step Maniacs cab, and
we're approaching the world record for a number of brands mentioned without being sponsored by any of them.
Yeah, welcome to ScratchRunning.
Welcome to ScratchRunning.
If you're here expecting things that are free to play, there is an entry fee to get into the arcade club, but once you're in, you're in.
There's an entry fee for you?
Yeah, it's like £15, but everything's on free play, so you get your money worth.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So I was actually in an arcade a few days ago too, And that was the first time I played Dance Dance Revolution, and of course I had to because of Karen. And I kind of like I was very bad at the start. I was very very bad.
Don't worry, it gets easier as you play it. It's actually like exercise.
Yeah, kind of. So I got pretty good at it until I tried the not beginner mode, and well, you know what? I still have a lot to learn. But I kind of killed it on what was it? I think it was a Gorilla song and Every Time We Touch by Cascada. Perfect.
Nice. I'm pretty sure DDR does have Feel Good Inc. I think I've played
it does.
that one.
Yes, that was the one. Yes, of course. So that was great. I didn't.
You'll love to see it. Welcome to Rhythm Gaming.
Rhythm gaming can be a lot of fun. I think there's definitely some I know I'm never gonna be good at, like all those like press 4 buttons, or in different like ZXNM basically.
ZXNM, yeah, 4 key. If you think 4 keys messed up, look up Beatmania 2DX.
I think
that's 7 key.
Yeah,
yeah. Not
I'm
even I'm good at that game.
I'm not made for that.
And then there are also the ones that are just like there aren't buttons. There's just a touch screen, and there's like a lot of different like pokes and movements and stuff. I can't remember which that one is.
Oh, like Reflect Beat?
Maybe
Osu Standard?
This guy actually knows all the names to them.
Yeah.
What can I say? I'm just the rhythm game guy.
Yeah.
You're a pro. You're a pro, man.
My rhythm gaming recommendations, if you don't have an arcade near you, are on Scratch, ZXNM.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even Toxic Fire 72's remix of the game, ZXNM Ultra.
Ooh.
Which I have played a lot, but I'm not sure if I've mentioned the remix on the podcast.
I think you have. I'm not sure anymore though.
Turns out I tried to set my frame rate on Turbo Warp to like 1,000 because that's how because like higher frame rate is just better rhythm gaming.
Yeah.
Turns out Turbo Warp has a frame rate cap of 250.
Was it still better though?
It's better than 60.
Okay.
Yeah, 250 frames in turbo mode. That's how you rhythm game.
Nice. Can I just say, by the way, we haven't had this constellation of people like us three, just
the 3 of us.
Yeah, like
we
the last time
make
we
it
had
if we try.
Was episode 14, so that'd be
the dream team.
Almost 13 episodes ago.
Almost 13 crazy. Episodes
We've
ago.
Come so far.
Absolutely.
We've come so far, you and I.
At some point, Claps just joined and
that was episode 19.
Yeah.
Also,
and
like
he was just a mainstay.
You say you and I, like I wasn't there half the time after Claps joined. It was like a weird portion in the middle where I just somehow had a conflict or something, like most of the time.
Yeah, it has been nice to see you in season 3. This is the return of Quite.
Yes.
Wait, we never got your patented yes Quite quote.
That's right.
In the last episode. Well.
If you want to find one right now, don't worry about it.
Quite quote. See, I guess I only had a single one in me. Because the second time on that episode, I had nothing. And now my brain is blank a second time.
Oh, that's fine.
Rest in peace.
Well, I always forget to remind you beforehand, too.
Yeah, to do the yes Quite quote has been a bit going back since episode 1. We've just forgotten to ask Quite for his yes Quite quote.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Yes. Right. I was going to say... because none of us expected it last time when Claps said it.
Yeah, Claps, the funniest guy on the website.
Oh man, I just kind of feel like this, like just 3 people being on the podcast is something we don't have often.
We don't have it that often.
And when you only have 3 people, like some podcasts make do with just 2 people, and that's completely understandable, I think. But for us, like talking all about Scratch and whatnot,
I can't imagine listening to an hour-long solo podcast.
Oh yeah,
that would suck.
Oh yeah,
that's just a let's play.
That is a let's play without.
That is just a let's play. Welcome to ScratchRunning.
No, but you're right.
I wonder if anyone's noticed that I never say welcome back. Because, like, what if it's someone's first video, right?
Yeah, it's very true. Very true. So, I don't know. Now that I think about it, we've had more podcasts with only 3 people, like, back in the day. And I think since episode 14, never had another one. With just 3. And I think the less people you have, the less it's, like, bantery, and the more it is like...
Sometimes it gets crowded, but sometimes you get some really nice discussions.
Absolutely.
I think 4 has been the midpoint of ScratchRunning chaos. Yeah. It's like, this is how many people belong in a studio.
That's true.
It's like still manageable, but plenty of stuff.
5 is pushing it, and 6 are not allowed in.
Yeah. 5 is like a lot of chaos. It's just a more chaotic episode. 6 is the dream is collapsing.
Absolutely.
6 just cannot work.
Funnily enough,
7
episode 6 has
is
6
heaven,
people.
but 8 is great.
What was that even from? I've forgotten the origin.
I don't know. I think it's just a quote, but I'm not. Speaking of last episode, remember when I was talking about Chirpy Reverie the whole time?
I do.
I became a moderator on the leaderboards, and I fixed the whole thing.
Hey.
So now all of my least favorite useless IL categories are gone. The main game categories, like the full game runs, there's more of them.
So I was gonna say, what went into like fixing it?
Yeah.
So basically, there were some really useless categories that were either nobody ran them or were just, to put it bluntly, stupid ideas. For example, complete level boss from game start was one that nobody played because it was either half a full game run, just play the IL instead, or in the case of Tower from game start, actually just a full game run.
That's very interesting.
Gotcha.
So you're like the definition of somebody who comes to a town and...
this town ain't big enough for the both of us.
No, you're like, something's wrong here, and then you become the mayor and like change everything better. And so,
basically.
Yeah,
there was also low percent, which was... This low percent was really poorly defined, I think.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be complete the game with as few orbs as possible. I don't know. I think Tokes just wanted a free world record.
Yeah. You're not allowed to have more than 10% of the orbs you can get.
I think.
Level, I don't know.
There's also a 2-player co-op IL category, which like you can't have 2 people in a reverie. So I removed that one.
Fair.
I was going to say, like, finding and then making, like, very obscure speedrun categories so that you can have a speedrun record is, like, a cherished tradition of speedrunning.
Yeah, like Pilgrim, that's what category extensions is for. Speaking of which, I did add car percent, which is you go left from the intro and touch Chirpy's car.
Speaking of stupid...
I was gonna say, you clear up like 8 different things, and you're like, yeah, but the car's
Yeah, hey, car percent's funny. It's well defined, and it's like actually kind of an optimized speedrun. The record is 2.067 seconds.
It does
and
check the boxes.
I think sub 2 might be possible.
Sub 2 is possible, you think?
Yeah, like how sub 9 is still possible in any percent.
So if anybody wants to figure out how fast they can touch the car in Chirpy Reverie,
now's your chance.
Now's your chance. Let Kieran know, and he'll put you on the leaderboard.
I am a little bit more likely to watch your speedrun.
You could be the next famous speedrunner of Chirpy Reverie. If you just touch a car very
Someone, please take one of Consume Pie's IL records. What else were we going to do this episode?
Well, something big just like happened. We had the game jam, which we're never going to stop talking about. Apparently,
the games are so good.
I know there's
some
something.
Of y'all went hard.
I know there's something I'm never going to stop talking about, and it's Cast Your Card. Because that game won, as you all know, and True Blue Productions is probably already throwing their emote around somewhere here if we already edited it. And
I did say use it wisely, and I hope she does.
Yeah, like maybe it's gonna take a little more time because the actual designing part takes a bit, and then we have to put it into the episode. Blah 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 blah. So we'll see about that. But
maybe
you know, the game itself, Cast Your Card, not even finished, but took me more time to play than probably all of the other games combined.
Actually took me as long to play as the other 19 games.
Right.
You and I, Nick, we were in a 2-hour meeting, basically.
Yep.
Figuring out how to beat Cast Your Card.
Yep.
Everything about the game is beautiful. The cards, the card descriptions, the quotes under the card descriptions.
Yep.
The writing.
Like
references to the videos. Like, you're telling me someone watched the videos?
You're telling me someone played tunes in the Warple Cave and remembered it?
Right?
Sorry, I'm personally just so happy that someone had referenced that game in any of these. I was not expecting it.
This game is full of moments where I was like, just, I don't know, beaming with happiness that this is in the game, that this
like,
is in
how
the
did
game.
you even know that?
The game is almost flawless, and we've said this before.
It's kind of a
too.
shame there's no final fight against the Dark Caster, but what are you gonna do?
The tutorial is like kind of it's like
tutorial's kind of scuffed. I enjoyed all of the like Scratch Runner fantasy rewrites.
Yeah.
We got the engineer, yes, quite.
Right.
The guy making all the robots for the Dark Caster. The Yu-Gi-Oh player, Nick ScratchRunning, who calls you a third-rate trainer with a fourth-rate deck. The active member of the Spore community, Collabs.
Yep. And
then
the pirate
captain.
The captain. Nice.
And then because I run Vantage Captain in Monster Melee, my phase 2 is a captain, and the quote after I say, "Wow, how long's it been since I last played a round? You piece. You know I need to play this game more."
You actually made that the thumbnail for it. Like, you played some Monster Melee
right after that. I played Melee right after that.
You're like, alright, wise guy, watch this.
Alright then. Okay, pal. I'll play Melee. And then I did.
So good. That game made me so happy. Like,
a voice dripping with sarcasm. Yo, she just knows what's up.
That's true.
I was like, even though it's very clearly, and I mean, she makes this clear, like, based off of Inscription, I was so happy that she made, like, the game, all of the opponents you face are a very different kind of battle. There are very few that feel samey. And
they all have different decks.
Right.
When we got to the table full of magic orbs, the ones with Overwatch.
Yeah, that was
our Candlesmith Spores.
Yep.
Was screwed.
Yep. So you always had to wait for a Shgloop Shaman or something.
I almost soft-locked myself on that level because I had a deck that was like, I think my entire main deck was 1 health, and most of my draft deck was also 1 health, so I had to like weirdly just rotate my coin cards until I had enough for like one of my most expensive draft cards.
Oh no.
Yeah, at least the magic orbs are 0/1s.
But if
they were 1/1s, we
survive them, then you just are soft locked because you literally can't win.
You'd have to green flag. Oh no.
You cannot exit
out of that's the real problem.
No save files. You cannot exit out of a battle, right?
Pardon?
You cannot exit out of a battle, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You can't forfeit.
No.
If there's a Luna fighting another Luna, you're also soft locked.
Oh no.
There are no save files is one of the few things that I really wish the game had.
True.
Because we don't all have 2 spare hours and a friend that's good at card games. Some people, it's going to take like 5 hours to be good at and finish the game.
Yeah,
maybe.
It took me like an hour plus just to beat that one Spore.
The first fight
that had all of the what are they called? Like the blight vines.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
It was before you had very many cards, and it was just so difficult. And I was like, oh, is this how good Spore is? Oh no, I'm in so much trouble.
Spore really is the like. If anybody wants to enjoy the game, like, do it on your own terms, however you like. But if you ever get stuck somewhere and think the game is too hard, play a spore-based deck.
Build a spore-based deck. I'm talking starting hand, Candlesmith Spore, Shoe Mage, and 4/1 coins.
Yeah. And you're good.
Buy as many spores as you can and play the Shoe Mage. Actually, no, she did change the name to Shrew Mage in a patch, so...
Nice. I was wondering why it was Shoe Mage.
Why is it Shoe Mage?
Why does this guy... Does he like shoes? Does he make shoes? Does he...
Unfortunately, Okumanga is still a thing.
Oh no! I thought... Actually...
Yeah.
I found it funny, but...
The Okumanga card is currently your profile pick on the call.
On the call, that's true. It's such a good...
My profile pick is Kieran from ScratchRunning Custom Night, so...
I think this one was the most beautiful card to me, and obviously because it's also a reference to Monster World, I kind of felt it was fitting.
You'll love to see it.
I really like how it looks, and just in general, like as you said, quite like with how happy you were that some things were represented in the game, like the way they were drawn too.
The drawings are so good.
Like Lunara looks so cool. She has like a different pose than like she could have just gone for the basic Lunara look and just like copy that in this style, but no, they all have like really cool poses, different ones we haven't seen before. Like True Blue Productions like knew what those things looked like and could warp them however she liked. So
cool.
That's what I really
can't forget the Beast Tamer card.
Right.
That's just you. Somehow that is a card that you drew.
Yeah, I mentioned this on the Results Project briefly, but I was so surprised where like
how did you know that? What forbidden knowledge do you have on Nick ScratchRunning? It was actually me that told her you play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
So that's probably where she got that character trait from.
That's incredible. No, but like this with there's this card with the Beast Tamer. I'll just quickly mention this again because it was so funny to me. And when I saw that one, I was really unsure where True Blue got that from, because I once like made a bunch of like Monster World card game cards, and one looked pretty much exactly like that, had the same weapon, had like the same hair.
I did realize on my first playthrough that Quite was the guy building all the robots, but then it was only after a few weeks that I made the connection between the real Quite. Does anyone even know that you're an engineer? Have you ever said that on the podcast? Because you have in the server.
Yeah, I might have. I mean, it might have just been like the kind of artificer, which I don't know. I could go out on a limb and say that it's because I make games that are overly complicated. Maybe. I don't
know. Man, like maybe
it could have gone Takvar, Robots, Mechanic Man,
like Tunes. Tunes is kind of overly complicated.
Right, because like Warble is from one of the enemies in Tunes in the Warble Cave. That's basically the only direct reference, and then everything else is sort of referencing ScratchRunning in general. And then some other ones.
I like the blue cards, the Duelist theme is what I got.
Yeah.
We got Bounty Hunter, Speedrunner, Twig Homecome, Arc Super Fighter Tournament.
Right, good.
Also, how does one play Arc effectively? That was an image that I made in 2019 as a response to a Scratch comment that I then referenced in a video.
Yep.
I then posted the meme somewhere else after
I think it was on
realizing
Scratch
that.
too for a second, wasn't it?
I never posted the image.
Ah, interesting.
But
the research.
Yeah.
The research. Love. It's so great. Yeah.
It's so cool.
And if you need any more reasons to go play Cast Your Card now, there's Alice and the Allies in that game too.
Alice and the Allies from the hit series SR Dice.
So
I don't know if we can continue that one.
I mean,
it might happen.
Yeah. So if we've said it before, I'll gladly say it again. If you can find the time and motivation to make that final area in the game and those final cards, man, I would be over the moon. I would be so happy.
Grateful.
Yeah. Let's do a little theory crafting, not just like talk about the game as it is, but let's think, what could that final phase have? Like, what would the final cards be? Like, what reference?
It took me until my third playthrough to realize that the Dark Caster was looking for spellcasters to control and like rule the world with the spells.
I see.
But then they got casters as in podcasters, so that's how we were summoned into that world.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
what? Oh, that's...
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
This video game on scratch.mit.edu.
Oh, you know, if those last cards are like based on, I don't know, dark magic, shadow, whatever, Phantom from Super Fighter Tournament could perfectly fit in there.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking if I showed anything in Apfel Art 5, maybe the who is it? Ruben Goop. The slime with the little pendulum thing.
That guy's cool. My beloved.
That could work.
One or more Goombas, maybe.
Oh yes. Do you think there's a Fringe of Forces creature that could fit the like darkness theme?
Potentially. I'm kind of looking through my own stuff to like think if there's anything that would fit. I think there's some that would fit, but like it's such a deep cut, even for our podcast's like perspective. I feel like there are better options.
I don't know. Like, honestly, there was some where I was surprised that
Wimish
they were...
is in the game.
Yeah.
But that's because Wimish is also in Melee.
And
where's Wallfish?
Oh, yeah.
Well, there you go. It's a good question. I mean, Wallfish isn't in the game yet. There's just the doll, but who knows? Maybe we'll get...
you gotta hurry up and release Taranga first.
No.
Oh, no.
I'm also so surprised this game was made in a month.
This game was made in 1 month.
How?
Yeah, was it made from scratch? Or
I think so.
At first I was like,
yeah.
I saw the like tutorial character and I thought to myself, oh, okay, so this is like a game that you had and then worked into this. But then, first of all, I looked at some of her other projects and that character is very in keeping with the other types of characters she's made.
And also that's just the art style.
She has whipped up other projects of a similar size in a similar, like, frighteningly fast amount of time. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if this is just... She thought she'd make something for this contest, and so she did, and it was brilliant.
Yep.
It's a masterpiece. Masterpiece.
So, I don't know. Who knows? Whatever we're getting for that last area, if we're getting that last area, I'm excited. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And everybody, until then, please check it out, and then check it out once more when the update comes out.
The other fan favorites include, I think my recommendations as well as Caster Card would probably be, let me find them. ScratchRunning Custom Night. If you're a Five Nights at Freddy's nerd, you may be able to beat the game.
I'm not good at it.
Me neither.
Yeah,
Very bad.
I'm not good at FNAF games, but I respect it. The SRCast and the Unsorted Tabs is a Battle Cats kind of game with Edward Snowmen versus piles of unsorted tabs.
How does that work? Don't ask me.
There is a character based on me whose special ability is Baja Blast that makes the snowmen faster.
And stronger.
And stronger.
Yeah.
Harder, better, bigger, faster, and stronger too. My number 4 pick is Dr. Clabs, which is just a short little puzzle game.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I like that the mechanics are so unique. That's what gives it the gold star for me.
They're so unique. So it's such an enjoyable little video game.
Doesn't happen often that you have like a game that actually invents like a new.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's a puzzle game, but it's something I've never seen before.
Yeah, that's
you'll love to see it
for sure.
Number 5, Boy Take Girlfriend to Island. #SRGame Jam.
Great game.
In which you are the Animal Crossing villager with a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And
like,
spoons.
And spoons.
Yeah, like you've seen a beat 'em up game, but have you seen a beat 'em up game where the main character has a girlfriend?
You know what? No.
Yeah, Streets of Rage.
Thanks.
Wait, is that
and she follows him throughout the game.
There we go. Yeah. And you throw spoons at cans of Mountain Dew Flamin' Hot.
Yeah, Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew.
If that sounds
I miss the soda segments.
We'll get him back. We'll
get him next time.
Once our guy
my next pick is SRCast the Video Jam. Some of the best writing and definitely the best original soundtrack of the Game Jam.
Fair.
Yeah.
Song 3.wave has been on loop in my head for 3 days now.
Help him.
Please.
Please. What a silly little video game.
Got any more recommendations? Otherwise, we'd probably just go off the top 10 again from the results project.
Yeah, just go listen to the results project. It's great. It's a great time.
And who knows what we'll do for the next contest. I mean, y'all know what's probably gonna happen by the end of the year.
It's probably gonna be SRCast animated for our Christmas break.
Yeah. Let's see how that goes. And then we have another mid-season contest if everything goes well. Mm-hmm. And who knows?
Who knows? Speaking of community, I just remembered that we don't have polls anymore. We have the question of the month.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Let me open up the comments of the last episode. Right. Are you Kieran01? Yes, that is my name.
No, I think.
Oh yeah, last episode was about Candle World. Yeah. So.
True. We kind of asked how you, what are your what is your opinion on Candle World? Are you active in it?
Are you active in Candle World? Yes. I think my favorite one is My Name is Doof saying, I think Candle World is confusing. I just want to be a little colourful dude. I'm like, that's basically what my pilgrim is.
My exact thoughts.
That's all of us deep down.
And then they got a reply to the basic Candle World explanation studio by Arakois. Which is honestly pretty good spark notes of the main story.
Yeah, sort of. In the back of my head, I saw that, and I was like, that doesn't really help. That just proves that, yes, this is all very complicated.
Right.
Yeah.
I actually read a lot of comments of people saying, I find it kind of confusing, because I can understand there's a lot of things you have to keep track of.
A lot of comments are about the title. For example, if everything is canon, does that mean nothing is canon? Or everything's canon until it isn't, but it's still canon. Everything is real in this alternate reality game. Candled World.
But I can understand. I feel I'm on the same page with most people. I like to skim over it every now and then, but I don't think it's I think it's too much for me to be in every corner of the Candle World of ARG. I don't think it's possible.
It's just not.
Or maybe it needs a better community place where people can post
we have
updates.
we have the theory studio, but
that works pretty well as a central hub.
But then actual announcements are scattered around Clamps' various profiles, and then you have to wait for someone to discover them and post them in Theory Space.
Right.
I see.
Or just do what I do and run down the list of literally every lore-based character or canon character.
Just go through
and check all of their accounts and also the accounts of several of the more active people and exhaust yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Feel free to go into my comment section, because apparently in between recording and releasing the last SRCast episode, I got even more activity relating to Candle World.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Just so we're clear, I'm not the Archon of misinformation on the internet.
Oh.
But it was kind of funny that I kind of pretended to be.
No, sure.
I thought we were going to do this bit forever now, and it was going to
They'll never find my secret fishing spot in the 15th derivative.
I personally also liked Random Folk's answer, which was, I like to think I'm active in the Candle World community. I just have no idea what's going on. So
fair.
Those were some of the answers for our question of the episode last time. Please give us fine answers to whatever we're going to put up this time. Maybe something about the Game Jam. Maybe something about
what deck do you run?
Yeah, what deck do you run?
What variety do you, or what do you call it? Class? do you run out
class
of?
Makes sense.
Yeah, what kind of deck?
I never asked you quite. You had like a very special kind of deck you were playing, and I just want to get a quick rundown of that, and then people can try it if they want to.
Explain to me the big money moves.
Continue to the Q&A.
Yeah, it's the money deck. It's basically the draft deck is a lot of. It's like a pretty wide mix of characters. Basically, the whole deck was just me trying very, very hard to not play Spore. Because Spore is very good. It's sort of it's the one to beat. But I believe it's called the Fancy Construct is an enchanted card, which gives you money when you summon it. I don't think it is.
It does represent you. It does represent.
How? It's got a top hat. I don't even have a top hat, but I have a bowler hat.
Yeah, it's like it's supposed to represent you, but slightly different.
It's like the Thai brood you.
Yeah. Anyways.
In that sense, sure. Because you're right. It's just transformatively a different thing.
Yeah.
Took like 3 notes.
I think Claps would call that violence of light. Some Candle World reference. Someone will get it.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe.
But yeah, it's that gives you money when you summon it, and so it lets you thin out your starting deck a lot and not have as many coin cards, because later in the matches, coin cards get really useless because you already have everything you need from your draft deck. And so...
You still have a guy you can summon.
Yeah, and it's still like fairly useful to have as an actual summon as well. So you just have that, and then... There's a couple other things in the main deck. So the main deck is just coin, Spore, Fancy Construct. I could have picked a different thing, but Spore is just a very standard, like, 1 cost, 1/1 stats.
Spore is kind of good. I think Pawn has better stats, maybe Twig Homecomb, but, like, the movement.
Yeah.
The movement on the table just isn't the best.
I just needed something that had 1 cost and could attack, and that's surprisingly hard to come by.
That's true.
Believe me, if I had another option that wasn't Spore, I would have taken it.
Yeah, I'm a soda scanner kind of guy. That's where I get my support from.
Yeah,
but like having 1 attack is nice, right? So like right from the get-go. And you have to... If you go soda scanner, there's always a chance it could just give you the hydrate card, which is just Kieran saying...
So hydrated right now. It reminds you to drink some water.
Yep. Yeah. And I did. Like the first time I played that game... I actually took a sip every time I played that card.
I took a sip every time. It's a pretty fun game.
Yep.
Where the rule is that you drink.
So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I got back to cast your card again. I'm probably never gonna stop.
That's fine.
It's such a beautiful video game.
Do you guys want to go to the Q&A? I have one question I thought was kind of interesting.
I also have a pretty funny one. I'm going to ask it right now.
Do it.
What would you say is the minimum follower count needed to be able to host a contest and have at least 20 people who you didn't force to join?
How many followers do we have again?
Those are the exact words used by Revulo45. We have about 2,500.
There you go.
Let me fact check the and a half.
Okay,
no. 2144.
Yeah.
But we somehow had 24 people sign up for the SRGame Jam, and none of them we really asked to.
It's true.
We don't really force someone to join a contest. Everyone here, it felt like they felt like uploading something.
Yeah. And I think it's nice that our community is a little more swayed towards people who would make games than usual. I mean, that's why we did a game jam instead of a different kind of jam. But,
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it this way, we hosted a animation contest when we had 1,000 followers, as a celebration for that.
Right.
And there we already had 22 people join.
Oh, you're right.
So
yeah,
I'm kind of wondering.
SRCast Animated Contest Season 2 got 20, and then the Game Jam got 24.
I think it's 2 things here that play into how many people joined for us. When we got those 1,000 followers, I think we were coming right off of that big boost we got from Griffpatch liking one of our projects.
Probably.
If that was that.
That'll be it.
So we already were kind of on the radar for some people, and so we got that out, and then maybe that did it. I'm unsure. So maybe it was that. I don't remember quite.
For Season 2, we still got a similar number of entries.
Yeah, and that was
and there were a lot of good ones.
Absolutely. So I don't know, maybe it's that, like, just like having something that already, generated some clout, if you will. I don't know. But
for these kind of contests, I sometimes say the highs are high and the lows are low.
Yeah.
That's never been truer than in the SRGame Jam.
Maybe, yeah, that's true.
Because,
that's true.
The highs, we got Cast Your Card and SRCast Custom Night.
Agreed.
Also, I think, that's probably always the case, because with something like this, the potential is so high, but people don't always have time to aspire all the way to that. So sometimes they'll be like, oh, here's, a picture. And it's a nice picture, but it's, when it could have been an entire animation of any length, or an actual game of any length, sure.
Yeah.
I think that's, also a problem with the Game Jam a lot, there, where, when you only have a certain amount of time, but we tell people you could do anything you like, that kind of makes it easy to overwork yourself, or build a higher mountain up than you can climb,
right?
If we want to go back to that analogy. So what I just thought of, which what could also influence the whole thing, is how much effort you yourself put into the making of that contest. So for us, it was always important that we really meet people halfway.
We made it as easy as possible to get references of voices, ideas for the animation.
Absolutely. Ideas for the Game Jam, ideas for the animations, sprites and voices and whatnot, and clips.
Yeah.
And collecting them all, which is also a cool way of us doing a best of thing. I always like going back to those and listening to some funny bits.
Good.
And I hope other people do too. Maybe you can let me know if that actually works. But
I love this podcast.
This is how I think you can make it so people can join easier, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think you at least need 500 people to have 20 people join. That makes to me, that sounds like a fair number. I don't know.
The follower number never really matters, because there's no indication of how many people are active.
Yeah, but
it's not content. This isn't YouTube. It's Scratch.
Absolutely not. But you can
if
always
you host a contest. You host a contest.
You can always say that from so and so many people that follow you, only a certain percentage are watching your stuff or playing your stuff, and only a certain percentage are commenting, and then only a percentage of those are actually people that would be
that actually watched
the
project,
right, and that would contribute to a contest and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends maybe on the price. On Scratch, it's really hard to make a cool price. Let's be honest. I would be throwing out mugs left, right, and center here if I could.
We got the Edward, but feel free to screenshot.
Yeah.
If we were giving people the Edward mug, I would be so much more critical.
Probably, but it's Scratch.
It's scratch.mit.edu. Cast Your Card is a $19 game.
It kind of is. I would pay money for that game for sure if it was on Steam.
If Truly Bluely Productionally inserts all the quotes, inserts a quote under every card, then we're talking.
It falls into the same thing of all of the different browser games, where if you think about it, then you would pay money for it, but it's very, very nice that it's just there, and so you start saying, oh well, no, it's just I wouldn't pay money for it. It's right there. Why would I pay money? It's right there.
I would pay money for it, even if it's there.
Me on my way to buy PaintNet off the Windows Store just to support the devs, even though I really don't need to.
You also paying for WinRAR, Kieran?
I did not. I don't have WinRAR. I have 7-zip.
Nice.
Actually.
Yeah.
But I bought PaintNet.
Nice. I think that was the question, right?
That was again, we talked about Cast Your Card again.
Dang it.
Revilo also asked, what is the best color combination? Which I feel is probably directed at me, even though we all have my answer.
I mean, I know what your answer is, and it's...
Yeah, for mine it's magenta and cyan.
Right. Personally, I'm a big fan of... Let me actually... One I like to use a lot is blue, like a lighter blue, and orange. That's a nice complementary color.
Ooh, light blue and orange.
You got good taste. Do you have one that you would go with?
For anything in particular, or?
I mean, just in general, like the first one that comes to mind, like a nice color combination,
Oh. I really like green, but it's surprisingly hard to work into things.
That's true. It depends on the green.
Like green and pink from Splatoon 2. Oh yeah, Splatoon.
Wait, you almost didn't talk about that. Go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah, Splatoon 3, fellas.
It's happening.
It's finally here. The free Splatfest free demo trial comes out on the 27th, and y'all know that's how I'm spending my day.
Yep.
We got ink swords. We got a new single player campaign. Probably. We got Big Man.
We got Big Man.
Big fan of Big Man. I'm a big fan of Big Man.
Tell me who Big Man is.
I could not care less about the girls, but Big Man.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that, Nick, how usually there's the two hosts for all the Splatfests and things.
Yeah.
So this time there's two hosts, and they're pretty much along the same formula as before, but there's a third host as well, and that's just this big manta ray with a doofy face named Big Man.
His name is Big Man.
His name is Big Man?
Yeah,
his name is Big Man.
Short for Manta. It's Big Man.
No, of course.
Yeah. But brilliant. Big Man is actually a thing people say.
Yeah. Can't believe it.
I'll call Clabs a big man.
Yeah, it's translated in text, but all he says is, hey.
So kind of like Yoshi dialogue.
Yeah.
I love it.
Where he just goes, Yoshi, and then, the text in brackets.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm a big fan of Big Man. Every Splatfest is going to end with a Big Man sweep.
Wait, hold on.
But also they added a dodge roll to the game.
Oh,
so that should make it more fun.
Yeah.
Always. Dodge rolls are always great. Always a fan.
This is going to be the Dark Souls of Splatoon games.
Also, doesn't Splatoon do the Animal Crossing thing where they talk like...
Yeah, kind of.
They do.
It's a little more speech adjacent.
All right.
Yeah. The Splatoon speech. Splatoon music is always going to go hard. Fight.
Yes.
If you don't like Splatoon music, I don't like you.
There we go.
If you don't like Splatoon music, I feel bad that you are just sort of against warbly sounds, like underwater
you hate
noises.
Fun.
Because that's probably what makes it not sound good to you. But if you can look past it, then it's just
Who's
really
paying attention to the vocals? Who's paying attention to the lyrics? It's like J-pop for people who don't speak Japanese.
Welcome to the ScratchRunning Podcast, where we alienate
Welcome to ScratchRunning,
where we alienate our audience starting from episode 1.
It's what we do best.
Either way,
get used to it.
Since this
people
is
still listen to us.
Almost the end of the episode.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought we were gonna have another Q&A, but maybe it's actually time to wrap it up soon.
Really, I should finish my Mountain Dew.
You should, absolutely. And everybody out there, if you actually have access to Baja Blast, good for you.
Good for you.
Throw us one over
buddy.
to our local McDonald's and
our local Taco Bell.
We're in Taco Bell now?
I mean, we're in McDonald's recording, but the UK does have Taco Bells, so...
We don't yet. Man.
Pain.
It's okay. You'll probably do without it.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, why would you go? Why would you go to Taco Bell for anything but a Baja Blast?
I don't know, I just want to see how bad it is, I guess.
It's not bad. It's just like...
For my stomach.
You definitely make do without it.
Okay, I see. That's fair. That's
you meant the food.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Baja Blast is good, though.
It's all tasty.
It's all tasty. So yeah. Do you guys use a script?
This entire episode has been a soda segment. Do you guys use a script? Actually, yes. These entire podcast episodes are pre-recorded. We already know what we're going to say beforehand. There's definitely not a crumb of improvisation on this podcast.
Thank you, Spammercraft441, for asking that.
Spammercraft441 for the banger question.
We have done several group meetings and decided that it is the most funny way for Quite to end all of the Quite quote segments by not knowing how to say anything.
Anyways, fellas, I've been your host, Kieran Inkling from Splatoon, and Travis. And what was I going to say again?
Well,
you should probably speedrun Chirpy Reverie.
You should probably speedrun Chirpy Reverie. You should check out the stuff we talked about in the notes and credits, too.
In the notes and credits.
Leave an emote, and if you are True Blue Productions and already can...
feel free to post your special emote again.
Yeah, and everybody else can
very cool.
Look at it and be jealous.
Whoa, that person is so cool.
Right?
And very good at making video games.
Right. And to everybody else, thank you for listening.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have anything else to say except...
Where have you been?
I have a new after show idea. What if Quite Spore Deck after show?
Nice.
No, don't put me back in.
2 hours after show. Let's go.
Let's go. And the patrons will watch it. The recording... Actually,
Has now stopped.
The recording's now stopped.
Beep.